Alhamdulillah, we praise Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Today we are here, just we want to show you guys the problems that we are facing in our this village. You can see today, you can see the children how they are fetching water in the village. You can see it is very hard for us to have a good water, a sufficient water in our village. You can see now the village here is having only one tap, only one local borehole, and this borehole cannot sufficient all the village. All the village cannot come once and fetch water at the same time. At the same time, so you can see that we really need a help or to facilitate us a good borehole, the borehole that is using a solar or a generator so it can produce a water easily for us. People can have a access to water and they can fetch it without any difficulty from here. How people are fetching water, even you do your best, even the water to come, the water cannot come very well. You can see it, how the water is coming. It's coming very, very low. So this is why we are seeking help from peoples. We are seeking help from any good people who can able to help us. He can able to help us in order to dig a borehole for us, for the community, so we can have a good water and healthy water, because this where we used to fetch our water, and all the entire village come here and fetch water. This is the water we drink it, we wash our clothes, we cook, we use it as a cooking, we cook our material in this water, whereby it also is hard for us to come and have the, sometimes the water will entirely stop and no water will come from the borehole. And you can see how the man is indicating here, this using this local pump is not even good for our case. It can give you asthma, it can give you many kind of sickness, because you can see the way you used to pump it, and that pump also you need to push it, as well as, and you can see most of the children here, they cannot do it very well. This is why sometimes in fact, sometimes you can see those some people here, when they come, they will even wound themselves because they don't know how to push this local pump. And some of the time it has even break down. You can see we call metal workers to come and construct, to come and work on it, because it has destroyed, it has spoiled. So every week we used to call the mechanics to come and to come and to come and weld it. And you can see how when this thing has broken, you can know we cannot have water throughout the day. There is no water in entire village. When this local pump when it break, throughout the day we will not have any water inside the village. So this is why we here, the elders and the entire village peoples, we are looking for your help. And when you see this borehole, the dig, the borehole take how many, like 75 meters, 35 meter at the ground. So one person cannot pump it and bring a water. This is why they used to join hand. The children will come and join hand and pump it. And but with all that, you can see how water is coming. It's come a little by little, whereby even a one bucket, before you fetch it, and before you finish fetching it, you might take like a 5 minute or a 6 minute and pumping it. And that pump cannot be only one person's. Only we used to join our hands, or we call a children to come and pump for us, because you can see we are all women now. We cannot do it since we are young. We are doing this thing, and it used to disturb us, and it is, in fact, it's not good for our health. It's not good for our health entirely. It's not good for our health. So this is why we are soliciting for those good people who are helping people, the poor people, in order to have a good, sufficient, good water, sufficient water, healthy water for their own communities, peoples. And therefore, we still need a borehole that can easily produce a water for us, like a borehole with a solar. Those are the now this newly world people are using those kind of borehole, which is very easier to produce water, and everybody can have access to water. Everybody can have access to water without any difficulty, without any other persons to come and help you or to come and pump this local pump. But as far you see this pump here, it's hard. A one person cannot come and pump this one. And also, this local pump, nearly 3 village, they all join hands to this pump. 3 village used to come and fetch water from this pump. You can see most of the surrounding village here, they come here and fetch water from this local borehole. So this is why we here, we don't have any alternative. The citizens here, the village people here, they always do their best. They dig a well, but still now those wells are not good for this community. As we mentioned, the health-wise, those wells are not good. So this is why we are here. So we are here to seek the donation or to seek your hands, helps, soliciting any kind of help, so we can able to facilitate our this local board. So you can see how they are saying in the English language here. You can see the man is explaining it very well here. Before getting water in Sinchu Kolleh here is very hard. You can see how he mentioned it. The village is too big. It's not a small village no more. So nearly 3 villages used to come and fetch water from this local borehole, which is very hard for the people, really very hard for the women, as well as those people who are coming from far away and come and fetch water here. Is very hard for them. Okay, you can see this is their first problem, which is the village. They really need help in order to dig water for them. Okay, you can see how the man is mentioned it here. So from here, we can go to their garden also. They are having a garden where they used to farm also. But before going there, we just want to make this one clear. We want to clear this one first to indicate it, to show it to people, those who are willing to help them, the community. You can see how the water is coming from the tap. You see? You can hear that one person cannot pump this local pump, except 2 or 3 person. So this is why it's very, very hard for us to have a sufficient water. Yeah, see. So when this thing also break, it's hard for all the community to have a water. So throughout the day, we will not have a water inside our village, except we call the mechanic and those who used to come and to work out it, to work it. So when they work out it, from there we can able to have water. So this is why we are looking for any good people, those who are willing to help inside Gambia or outside Gambia, inside Arab world or outside Arab world. This is why we are making our record and we are showing entire world that how we are living in this village, because of the water is not sufficient, and water is everything. When you don't have water, you don't have anything. You cannot pray, you cannot perform ablution, you cannot cook, you cannot do anything. So this is why this is our first priority, and we are soliciting it, we are looking it, we are soliciting it, we are seeking it for your help. And also here you can see how we used to fetch water from the well. You see, we used to bring a donkeys. It is a donkey who used to fetch water for us. You look at, you can see how people are fetching water. It's very hard for them. You can see this, a person or even a 2 person, 3 person, 4 person cannot fetch a water, because what a donkey can carry, a 10 person cannot carry it. So this is why they use this strategy. It's very, very hard. This is very hard. It's very, very, very hard for them to fetch water. So this is why, look at it, over 50 meters, sorry, 50 meters before you have water. So this is why this donkey will run over 50 meters before the water come out from the well. So it's very, very hard. It's very sadful. It's very hardful. This is why they are looking help inside Gambia, outside Gambia. Whosoever can able to help them to even have a good standard borehole, which they will use a solar or a generators in order to operate those borehole. Because now we are seeing people where we are seeing places whereby they are having those kind of borehole, which the borehole can operate by a solar. And you can see this. A human being cannot fetch a water from this well because the well is too big, is too far, and the water is not even good for a drinking. This water, we don't use it for drinking. We use it for something like a performing ablution and cooking, but we are not we don't drink it. And you can see the well also, sometimes even you don't have any water inside the well. Sometimes the well will be fully dry without no water. So when that's happened, therefore we need to wait until water flow inside the well. From there we can able to come and fetch the water. And we need water problem. This village, water is our problem. It is our problem. You can see how children are trying to fetch water, but a human being cannot fetch a water here except a donkey. You can see how they fetch it. It's very, very, very hurtful. And still now the water cannot come. You see, still now the water doesn't come. And you can see when the water also come, when the water come, it's not good for a drinking. You see? How many people are here, they need for water and they cannot have it. And every day they used to come here and try to fetch, but sometimes the well will dry. And when the well is dry, they cannot have water, except when they go to the far away, whereby it's hardly to have a good water also for their village. You can see inside the well, you can see these small things inside the well, which is not even good for our health. This is why we are looking, we are soliciting from you good people, from a good people to help us to have a good water. Look at the water, look at the water, the health why they didn't even encourage us to drink this water. And no person, anybody who drink this water, you will have a sickness or something else might happen to you. This is why all the entire village, they are not drinking the water. They just fetch it in order to perform ablution sometimes and other stuff, but not for drinking and cooking. You can see. And it's not, the location of this well is not good for a children. Sometimes when the well, it doesn't cover also. So some children also used to come and play around the area, except when the elders see them, they used to drive them out from the area because the place is not safe. This well, it has been here since several times. So all what we need, we are looking for help from good people to help us, from the Muhsinins to help us in order to facilitate a good water in for our communities. You can see how people are fetching. You see, the children, because the eldest person cannot come and fetch here. They don't have that power. They are powerless. They don't have that ability to come and fetch water. So they always call it young children. So when the children went to school, so therefore the entire community, they will not have a water throughout the day when all these children go to school, because you can see we elders, we cannot fetch water when we don't have a donkey. Even we bring a donkey, we cannot drive in out to bring a water for us. We are women, so we are the people always fetch. We need water. Women always need water. We wash our people clothes. You see, you can see, and most of the village around this area, they come and fetch water here, which is very, very unfortunate. We don't have any alternative. We are looking for your help. We are looking for your help in order to facilitate, to bring a good, sufficient water for us. You can see the persons who is talking here also is trying to explain their problems, the problem that they are facing in this village. The village name is Sinchu Kolleh, where the mosque is also, the mosque is not good. They don't have a water, so this is why they are trying to show themselves in the world, people to see them, for those who can help them, to give them a chance to help them. Around this area, there is more than 33 compounds. All those 33 compounds, they used to come and fetch water from this well. So you can see they are explaining much problem on this well, whereby we cannot mention all those problems, but you can see it through your eyes. You will see the fact how they are suffering and how they used to fetch water, and how, if they want water, how they used to be. Then from there, the elder person is saying, he's the elder person in the village also, he's trying to explain the difficulties that they used to face before getting water, particularly a woman, because you can see us, we are elders now. We cannot come here and fetch water. The women also cannot drive a donkey to bring a water for them here. So except a young girl, young boys and young girls. So when the boys also went to school, it's gonna be it's hard for us to have water. Yeah. So this is why we seek for donation, either by cash or by materials, in order to construct a good, facilitate a good borehole, which can use a solar or tap, even generators, because there is some borehole which also use a generator. But which one? The one is the best one is when we have a borehole that can use a solar. That will very good for us. Because when you are fetching water here, when you don't take careful, you can even fall down, because it's hard. So secondly, those who are coming from our nearest village, they also used to come and fetch water from this well, which is very hard for them. When they fetch, before water come, before they fetch water, sometimes they will take like a 30 minutes before water comes. When you don't bring your donkeys, before you make full of your bucket, when you don't bring a donkey here to fetch water, you cannot fetch water in 5 minutes. It might even take you 30 minutes before having a sufficient water. So, but we try all our means to facilitate a local pump here, but it's unfortunately, because you can see the village, how it is, and the location, and how people are poor, and it's very hard for them to, but still they are trying their effort to facilitate for themselves, but God doesn't provide it still now. This is why they seek help from good people who can help them, and they are willing to stand for them, to construct a good borehole, to bring a good tap for them, so then they can have a good access to a water. Okay, you can see also the woman here, she is talking, explaining that the problem that they are facing from this borehole. You can see They are asking her what kind of problem she used to, or entire community used to face before having water in this well. Because for the first step, we have already seen the local pump, the way they suffer, the way they used to suffer before they have water from that local pump. So from there, they brought us to the well to show it also, to indicate, to show in entire world that how they used to have water. You can see here now the woman, she is trying to explain their problem. As you see me, I'm already old, so having water here is gonna be very hard for us to fetch a water here. You can see only young boys, the children, those are the people who can help us to have water. So when these people went school, so therefore we cannot have a water, and water is very necessary. Without water, you cannot live. When you don't have water, therefore you don't have a good living. So this is why we seek for you guys, we seek your help to facilitate, to provide, to bring us a good borehole, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say it in the Quran. For those who are willing to help Allah's servant, Allah will grant them in the day of judgment, and will give them what they wish in the day of judgment. So from there we can see their third problem. The third problem is gardens. So here also the women, as you see them, they are always willing to work hard. They always work hard, and they don't want to sit at home, and they don't have a helpers. So what they all do, they are the one construct all these things for themselves, because of what they want to develop their community. They want to facilitate their community in order what, so they can produce a garden for them. But we can see entire community here, even having a water is hard for them. So this is why there are these gardens here also. They depend on only raining season. When raining season is around, when rain season come, they used to go and farm at the garden there. But after that, therefore they cannot farm, because there is no water, there is no borehole, there is no well inside the garden. So after the raining season, therefore our farming used to stop. We cannot farm because no sufficient water. We cannot go and fetch a water from that well and bring it. As you see, before having water in the well is very hard. So you cannot fetch a water and you want to come and put it, you want to come and bring it into the garden here. And you can see the distance is very far. So this is why these gardens also, we need a borehole inside the garden, even 1 or 2 or any kind of help, so we can able to do our work hardly. We can work and help ourselves and help the entire community, as well as the entire Gambia. So this is why we record this cassette. We want to send it to you guys to stand for us and to help us. You can see the problem has been mentioned. The main problems here are the borehole. They need a borehole which can use a solar. They also need a what? They also need a standard borehole also. Because see, he is trying to say that having water here is very difficult. So when they have a good standard borehole which can serve all the community and entire village around the area, that will very good for the community, and it will good for their health, it will good for them, and they will really appreciate it. This is only our problem. We need a standard borehole for the entire community. This is our main problem. As we mentioned it earlier, the way we used to fetch water is very hard for us. So just our main problem here, when we have even a 2 or 3 standard borehole, which can use a solar, it will be we will really appreciate it. You can see, and the women also, when they come here, sometimes they used to fight because the place, how to, they used to fight themselves because having water is hard. So when somebody is hungry, you want to fetch a water here. Someone came before you. You tell me he came before me. So that used to bring a problem between them. So you can see they just even manipulate a wood here where they used to pour a water there for others animals to come and, or even a human being. Here is where they used to come and wash their clothes from this. You see, they are trying to say when you don't have water, a human being, when you don't have water, how can you cook? You cannot cook. You cannot bath. You cannot even perform ablution. You cannot even worship your God because water is something which is very necessary in Islam. This is why Islam, you cannot do nothing without water. It is water. You wash yourself. You come to mosque. You perform. You perform ablution. You come and pray inside the mosque. But without that, without the water, we cannot do all these things. So this is why we are here and we are soliciting the help from you guys.